Hello and welcome to my video again. Welcome. So now, if you remember, we were doing some openings. So today we're going to be continuing with that. But before that, I just want to say thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to like the video. Okay, so now let's continue to the game. And if you see... if you remember, the last video I did was the Italian, which is a white playing move. So I thought maybe let's give it up for black too. And I decided to do a black opening now. And by the way, it's called the French defense. So does anybody already know what the French defense is? If not, you're going to learn today. If so, you might learn something new about it. So let's say white plays this, and actually, since we're going to be playing for French defense, we're going to flip the board. So let's say white plays this. I'll play the key move for the French defense. Before I continue, if you did not see my last video, please do so, because in that I talk about the important principles. And one of them is the hill rule, or the center squares. And as you can see, white takes one of them and asserts control over the other one. But we don't do the same. We are going to play this. Don't ask me why. You can ask later. So now what we are doing is just take a one, and not this one, not these two. Ooh, what are we doing here? So let's say white's smart and sees that he can play both of his pawns to the center, which is great. So he does so. Now we play the key move of the French defense, and it's called d5. d5 because if you can see, you can barely see, but there are H, F, there are a lot of letters on this side and numbers on this side. And if you want to know why, because each square has a name. So like this one would be D, as you can read here, and 5 over here, d5. So d5. We play pawn d5, and white can capture. Okay, white captures is called the exchange variation. There are a few variations here. Exchange variation leads to basically a draw scheme, and it's pretty equal. You don't have to do any study about it. So, and there's also the knight opening. Now, if this happens, there's a few things we can do, and there's also the terrace. And we're going to start with the advanced for today. If you want to learn the terrace later, you can. Okay, I will briefly cover the knight's opening. Knight c3 opening, okay? So after we have the advanced, we play this move, and we're undermining the pawn chain. As you can see, there's two pawns in a pawn chain, and we're going to hit the base, which is the best idea, because there's only two ideas in a pawn chain. Either hit the top or the bottom. We're going to start with the top. So we started here. Now white doesn't want his center pawn to go away for this little side pawn, wing pawn. So what he's going to do is bring this. Now if you technically see, if he captures and he captures, what we basically did was trade this pawn, and this guy was always there. So that is why we don't capture. We bring more pressure. Now, always remember that if this happens, one, this pawn becomes really weak, and second, we have great development. Soon we'll bring our queen here, attack there and there. So it'll be great. So he wouldn't do that, and he would bring out his other knight. Ooh, we don't want to watch any current games. Okay, and attack here. Great. So, after all this happened, now it's our turn again, and besides other openings, this opening's different because you can bring out the queen early and it not be a problem. If you can see here, you can bring out the queen right there and nothing happens, no problem. Because there is no piece that can truly attack the queen right now. So, and we also exerted more control over that square, which is great. Now, I want you guys to see a really sneaky trap coming up. So white plays this. Now I'll give you guys some time to think it through, because white just did a trap. Now, if you play white against this French defense, this is a good point. Okay, so I'll just give you a few time to think, okay? A few minutes. Okay, so if you got it, you should have got it. Which is, you might be thinking, why did white undefend this pawn? You see, the queen was defending and he put his bishop in front, which means only 2 pieces are defending and 3 are attacking. Do you know what that means? That means it's going to get captured. So why doesn't black capture? What's the trap here? Does anybody get it? Well, black captures. Let's just play it out. Knight captures, and let's say he continues. Now, as soon as he's played this, black is in total loss, no matter what happens. So let's say that. And if queen captures happens, do you know what happens? If you don't see it now, you do. Bishop comes here, gives check, and this queen is dinner. Since check is more important, you can't avoid it, so you have to move the king, and queen is a goner. So, you saw the trap now. Now, can you tell me a way to prevent the trap and continue? So let's say we play this. You know what we did? Later in all those moves, I'll show you actually. So let's say white still doesn't pay attention to this. Just castles as king, let's say. Now we'll capture easily. And now you see this isn't check anymore. There's a bishop in front. So that's why what we can do is simply come here and take the extra bishop, which is great. Okay, so now you got a few ideas of how this trap works. So after that, mostly after this, nope, continue, bishop. Okay, after this, mostly white brings his or hers bishop back. And now you can see the queen's defending again, all is jolly again. So what you do now is, there's actually 2 ideas what you can do. One is try to break this pawn like this, which is okay, but most common idea is just trade pawns. It's all okay? Because as soon as you trade, you can see this and this trade. Simple. And what you have done is now the bishop isn't under stress anymore. Before he had to pay attention to this pawn if it doesn't get captured. So now it's out of stress. What you do now is you bring the bishop knight here. Okay? Key move. So after that, let's say this happens. Okay, let's just say what plays that. Actually, I'll give him a better move, and I think this is a better move, okay? This isn't good because I can have this, and yeah, not good. So, now what I can do now is hold up, wait for it. Oh, actually, that's not a good move either. Any move that comes here stops this, and I'll capture. So let's just say castles happens, okay? Castles. What you can do now is here. Now, if the bishop captures, which I don't really understand why, but let's just say he does. If he captures, we just capture this way, and boom, we have one piece attacking that square. All we have to do is somehow get this, maybe even sack this, and bring our bishop here, attacking second, third, whatever you need to do, attack that square. So, mostly that won't happen. And now let's see what will happen. Let's just say this happens. Okay. And pretty much this was the opening, okay? It's been 10 moves. Yeah, you can call it the opening now. Could start the middle game. Yeah. So this was the opening and it was pretty good, right? So that was one way to play it. Sorry, talking a lot today, am I? But that was one way to play and we're not doing that. I did say I would cover this a little, but sure, you know what, why? If this happens, it also defends this pawn instead of you needing to advance it. The only problem is I'll play this. Yeah. So I'll play this. And what happens is two attackers, two defenders, perfectly fine. One attacker, one defender. Everything's fine, right? No, this is wing pawn, remember? Winged pawn. And this is a center pawn. If this guy gets captured by a wing pawn, that's embarrassment and losing technique there. So that's why that doesn't work. And the only other idea that I have is, let's say he plays the advanced push. What you could also play is this. Oh, no, sorry. You play this first. What you could also play here is this first and keep this knight here. And let's say you brings this guy out. Now you come here. This makes all the difference because now the bishop can come here and immediately you don't never have to think that there's a knight that needs to get developed. Just another idea. Okay, so that was all for today. And I hope you liked it. And if you did, please like and subscribe to my video. And yes, I forgot. Thank you for watching. Okay, see you guys. Bye.